Yeah, they put their foot on our necks, but we let them, so what you expect? When the last time you picked up a book? When the last time you wrote your own check? Yeah, we all up on IG and Netflix, and the devil, he got you on chill. He's scrolling and trolling your life, you can't see he destroying, cause he got you still. It's your vision that he wanna steal, and your mission that he wanna kill. No condemning, I'm keeping it real. It's conviction I want you to feel. And I'm praying today that we wake up, and the mess that we made we can make up. It's because of a skin that they hate us, don't know what it's gonna take to shake us. Listen. And I'm not pacing, I'm just patient. They thought that I was moving slow, they didn't know I was waiting. Yeah, it's my season, it's my reason. I talk with God every day, I'm not into people pleasing. And forever I'm for God, and I just want you to know without him, life is hard. So get your heart right, get your house in order.
Hi, I'm Charcy Curtis. Some of you may know me as Sister Diva out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. This is the IM4GOD Movement podcast where we allow everyday people to tell their testimony. Today I have a very special friend with me, Dez. I'm going to give him a chance to explain himself, what he got going on and who he is, and so you can the information for you can get in contact with him. Can you please tell the people who you are and how to get in contact with you? And thank you again, too.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Dez Humphre. I'm average guy. I'm a musician. I sing a little bit. I've been playing music 25 years, kind of professionally, semi-professionally.
You are professional. Don't tell me down your light, but go ahead.
It's taken me around the world a couple times, the music thing. So, but I'm also a carpenter, floor guy, roofer. I'm by trade, so I have a renovation company.
Okay. So how can I get in contact with you?
Dez Humphre, IG or Facebook, either one. Dez Humphre.
Okay.
Just look me up, Instagram or Facebook.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you again for coming at last minute, and thank you so much because I know you're a very busy person. So, but anyways, we're going to jump right into these questions.
Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about your childhood background?
Well, I'm from St. Paul's, North Carolina, the big city, metropolitan area. I'm a country boy. Grew up, in church, singing. I came from a singing family. Started playing drums early. Been blessed to play, with and for some nice choirs, especially like back in the day, youth choirs and stuff like that. Those workshops, kind of missed those workshops back in the day, those type things. But that's it. I was, St. Paul's.
Raised mother?
So my mom, my stepdad basically, and raised me.
Okay.
They got married when I was like 3. Okay. So, and my stepfather he's a musician. Okay. So he kind of groomed me and all those things. My mom and grandfather, for generations, they've been singing and singing and singing. So, so it's both sides. It was like just music everywhere.
So it's something just had to happen.
Yeah, it just had to happen.
Okay. I know we was talking, and you was telling me that your dad stayed like 20 minutes away.
So my biological father, he lives, like 20 minutes away. It wasn't, the history of it was, I guess, like I said, so we're raised Baptist. So my granddaddy was strict. This was the story I heard, from my mom. Granddaddy was strict. It was like they had me out of wedlock, and apparently rumor has it that my granddaddy had a conversation with him saying like, well, if you're not gonna marry her, and I guess he took that and did what he did, so yeah.
Okay. I know we was talking about dreams and vision and stuff like that. So can you share with the people the dream you was sharing with me?
Oh, wow. So the dream, I had this dream. It's probably 10, 11 years ago now. So I was home, like at my hometown, my mom's house. And it's like a random day in the dream, and I was like washing dishes or something. And my mom was sitting like at her kitchen table. And like suddenly we hear this sound like trumpets, like I can't like give you a tune, but it was like this beautiful melodic thing, but a oneness of sound. And my mom, I was like, Mom, you hear that? She was like, boy, that sounds like Gabriel. You know, and I'm like, I know, because this is like real trumpet, like sounding. So we went outside, like, and the way the house is set up and grew up, you know, you could tell, like, standing in front of the house, the east would be, like, if you come out the front door, the east would be to your left, and the west would be directly to the right. And so the sound was, like, just blaring from this east, you know, and then it was like an evening time setting in the dream because the sun was surely going down in the west, right? And so got outside, we see cars like screeching to a halt, but then I look in the sky, and it was like a beautiful blue day, blue sky in the evening time, like I said though, but everywhere you thought it was a cloud, it was like these angels. And it's like the angels in the dream was like, you know that figurine you see on the, with the, you know, little tail on it, but they holding the horn like thing, but you can definitely see the mannerisms, like the movements of these angels, right? And it was like everywhere you would think it would be a cloud, it was all angels. And then like in the east, you can see coming like this little glimmer of light. It's like a silhouette, almost like a cat's eye, you know, kind of tiger's eye, if you would. And as that light came forth, the angels started going back behind this light, and the light just kept getting brighter, brighter. Like, mind you, just people was like here slamming on brakes, some crying, some rejoicing, some praising. My mom was, you know, she was going crazy. She, Mama was already in it. She had already went up, and so the light came closer, and the closer the light got, it just got so big, it was just blinded. Right. You know, so it's like, and then I woke up. So, and that was just so profound, like, especially like 10 years ago, or 12, I say 12 years ago now. Just because the change, so many changes we've seen in the world already, you know, so it's like, I've been here my whole life. Jesus is on his way. Yeah. He coming back. He coming back soon. But I don't know, you know, a lot of times I question like, Lord, why are you showing me this? Why are you showing me this? You know, I was speaking to my apostle about it. He was like, I believe because you're going to be a part of this ushering in the kingdom, you know, this new thing that's coming. So, hey, we've seen some things. We've seen the world change as we knew it to be. Exactly. COVID definitely was like, that was plain and simple. You see what I'm saying? It was the end of the world as we knew it. Yeah. You know, so, yeah, we can read the scriptures, but the thing is, if you dive a little deeper into scriptures, you'll start seeing certain other things in definitely. It. You know, so, you know, and that for sure, definitely, like, one thing about it is, like, this, it's been in my ear for a little while now. We don't know the day nor the hour in which he'll return, but it's like he's revealed it to me that even in that moment, like even in this conversation, you never know where God gonna show up. Right. You see what I'm saying? So in a twinkling of an eye, he could come right there and be the greatest blessing, but are you gonna be able to notice it? You see what I'm saying? Like, so will you notice it in that moment? Right. Because that's what the scripture's talking about. Oh yeah. You know, you don't know the day that you gotta get your house in order, all that stuff. So, but your house is, you know, it's here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so any vices of your heart, stuff like that, anything you got confusion with in your mind, you just need to be on. But your cup say, I'm for God. Yeah, that part. or you know what I'm saying? Or either, or you for something else. Oh, yeah, you know? Yeah, either one. Like, you got to make a choice. Yeah, in this day and time, definitely. You have to really be bold on who are you for? Because this world, like you said, as we know it, it's like the stuff that we be like, oh, no, it's no way you could do this. Back in the days, oh, you would never, ever, ever get past the stuff they're doing now. Yeah, sure. So it's like now, it's like, okay, but who are you for? Right. Because y'all doing too much earthly things, worldly things. So who are you for? Right. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really separate the two. Definitely. You know, what was that moment like when you truly did a self-exam? That was it was like really just mind blowing. It was like in a place of just wanting more, wanting to, you know, having a desire to do more, and so I've always had this like little entrepreneurial spirit, and so I got married young. You know, I was like 19 when I got married, the first time. You know, knew to recognize certain signs. The signs always are there.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
pay attention.
Even so, I shouldn't have been married. Shouldn't have got married. God sent a hurricane. Hurricane Bertha. I never forget it. He sent a hurricane that day. Not only did he so we're gonna get married in the yard. Sent a hurricane. We pushed it to a church. The preacher said he won't come.
That was a sign. You know what I mean?
He talking about somebody wanting to do something. I was trying to see. The thing is, I was trying to do it right because, you know, I had 2 kids at 18, like 2 different women. You know, they were 9 months apart on the same street.
Oh.
You know, it was like, and so my great grandma said one day, like I had been at her house all day, like doing stuff around the house for her, cleaning the yard and all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like I said, I was like 18, 19, and she was like, "Listen." She blocked the door. My grandma on a little cane. She ain't like 5 feet tall, maybe. You know what I mean? She was on a cane. She's like, "Let me tell you something. I don't like the idea of my blood being spread around." She might as well have punched me in the stomach because it hit hard. You know what I mean? It just hit super deep, man. And it was like, she was like, if, you know, one of them, you got 2 girls, you got 1 pregnant, you just had 1. It's like, if they're good enough to lay down with, one of them got to be good enough to marry. But it's old school.
Oh, yeah.
This is great grandma talking.
Oh, yeah.
The matriarch, madam,
Absolutely.
queen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like, it's you know, I was trying to do something feeling like I was right. But I wasn't even old enough to make that decision at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So I'm following now versus, you
doing
know.
the right thing.
Yeah. So, but, you know, trying to know the word for yourself and all that good stuff or whatever, trying to be a man and handle responsibility. So we make these mistakes.
Definitely.
But, you know, so life experiences have brought me to a place. I experienced a heartbreak that tormented me because I denied the voice of God. Because he showed me.
Yeah, you time.
He showed me not only the wedding, not only that, you know, that sign, but then after the fact, you see what I'm saying? It was like, you know, it's like, yo, he showed me something. And he was definitely on it. And I chose to take her word. You see what I'm saying? But so finally when the truth came out 2 years after that, I was tormented for like a month with the dream like it had just happened. Like literally. So that moment there was follow his voice. I said all that to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it.
That was it. Like, I cannot deny his voice. Right. I mean, we all make mistakes. I've made plenty mistakes. You know, even like you mentioned my dad. It's like I was like 30-year-old and still had daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? It was like crazy. It's like just wanting to be accepted like that. You see what I'm saying? But ultimately, and it's like I heard a whispered voice was like, but look, you're worried about this earthly man. Right. But I placed this man in your life. And ultimately, the things that I've instilled in him to show you, this was taking you around the world. Right. I put him in your, you know, he groomed you for where I had you to go. Yeah. Which was play music. You know? Yeah. And it was, you know, so that pivotal moment, all that, I said, I probably was like 35, because that's when I started going around the world. You see what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. It was like, that was the moment, you know, just a culmination of everything, you know, like just to reevaluate things you've been through, the things I have experienced, heartbreak, but then elevation, the rejuvenation, the rebuilding of who I am, how he's blessed my hands to have certain gifts in them. Like I cut hair, You know, I started cutting hair at like 12, 13, and had a clientele. You know, I had a clientele. You know, I started doing little, you know, other little things. And then, you know, music is always, your gifts make room for you.
Oh, definitely.
He's not going to give you a talent. The only way your talent will work for you if you use it. You know, your gifts. That's the only way it'll work for you.
Yeah.
You're missing out on such prosperity. Sometimes not even just money. It's just a piece of you have in your heart.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying? Sometimes that's worth more than any money that you could ever get, you know, have. So
that went over some people's head, but yeah, I get it.
You know, yeah. Like, I mean, but I get it. The world we live in, like, it's money. Get the bag. But at the same time, you ain't got no peace.
That part.
You see what I'm saying?
That whole part.
Like, you reckon you
miserable. Close that door, crying, boo-hooing. A hot mess. And all by themselves.
And then at the same time, you don't even trust nobody.
And not only that, take it away from them. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you without it?
I'm telling you, it's like,
you know, like I said, you know, it's one thing to have the stage light, but it's another thing to have God's light. God light everywhere you enter, it shines.
That's right.
Stage light is only with what? The plug, the power that it gives you, and that's it on the stage.
That's it.
But God light is everywhere you go, and God light you can't buy it.
That's
but
right.
that stage light I can buy it.
That's right.
But God light, baby, your best dollar can't even buy it.
I'm telling you, like,
your best dollar can't even buy it.
Surpasses any.
You better know it.
Understanding.
And like I always say, to have that relationship with Him and being a believer, that's where it starts. We like nobody's perfect, but you just got to start.
That's it.
If the word "I" was a person or the word "we" was a person, which one would say best fit you and why?
We.
Okay.
Would fit me. Why? Because no one man is an island.
All right.
You know, I'm here. The greatest kings were the best servants.
Yeah.
The most powerful kings and they were the best servants. You know, so because each person in the kingdom, each person in the kingdom serves that king.
Yeah.
So their sole purpose is to please that one person. The king has to please everybody.
Yeah.
You know, not saying that I'm about to not be mindful that some people may not be deserving at the moment, but it's still my job to, you know, try to help.
Yeah.
Or, you know, so we is that. That would be me.
Okay. Have you ever been in a dark place? And if so, how did you bring yourself out of it? I've had two really prominent times that I like literally was in a dark place. The first time was like I said, that little story about the marriage and when I denied his voice because he showed me the dream, I'm telling you, like, it was vivid. And so it took 2 years for the truth to be admitted. You see what I'm saying? But it was an undeniable source. So I was like, what is it? Right.
You know what I'm saying? So came out. But I'm telling you, like, the dark place was, I'm telling you, like, the dream, the nightmares, I would wake up, like, cussing and fussing, stabbing motions on the bed, you know? I'm telling you, it was like, that was a torment because I felt I wouldn't even have had to be in that place had I just listened.
Yeah.
You know? People talk about God ain't real. He give you signs all the time, every single day.
When they say that, I know they ain't talk to him. They ain't got no relationship with him.
That's
They ain't got a relationship with man.
It's
a difference between man and you got a relationship with God. God is the total. I say, well, who you talking about? You talking flesh or you talking about God?
Right.
Because you can't even deny what he can do. There's no comparison.
None.
So my ears go deaf when they say, I'm like, oh, you never had that experience.
I'm telling you.
You really truly don't have you don't even have a relationship with him. You may want to reevaluate yourself because it's not like, you have a relationship with flesh.
I believe people are scared to admit it. You know, that's the thing. Like, I believe they're scared. It's this uncertainty sometimes. Was that the voice of God or was that mine? I mean, because I get that, you know, because when I hear it, it's technically my tone. It sounds like me, but it's like such a calm.
Oh yeah,
It's such a
straight
calm.
bold. Like
it's
yeah.
like such a calm and the
Yeah,
confidence
yeah.
and the sound. I was like, oh, I know that was God. I know that was God.
Yeah.
Lord, I hear you. You know, it sounds like my tone.
Yeah.
But it's like, and everything in me is will kind of line up. You know, even it's something I've never seen before, and I'm like, oh, I got to go there to do this. Like, okay, but it's like there's no doubt.
No,
and then it's like any inhibition about it or whatever. It's like out the window. It's like the wind is pushing me, if you will. So, yeah. So that dark moment though was then, and it was just constant. I had to meditate because I was losing it.
Yeah,
I totally felt like I was losing it in that moment. The nightmare, the torment, and it all went back to my relationship. It's like, okay, you put your trust in man,
not me,
and man let you down
every time.
You see what I'm saying? And this is your example.
Yeah. So what brought you out of the dark place was just that relationship.
Yeah, it's basically like voiding that power that I had given to the other. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't, like, I'm not no soft man. Like I was about to say nigga, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's okay.
I ain't like that. I'm built like that. I'm a man's man. That's what it is. So, but at the same time, like even in our relationships with people, you'll give them our heart or whatever, and they'll, some people will step on it. Like I could say I love you, but the actions, if the actions don't line up,
right,
you may not totally believe it.
Right.
But sometimes my actions could come with a consequence.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I could be just doing this just to get something out of you. But at the same time, still, why do I have all this confidence when I could have just asked God for the same thing?
Oh, definitely. If he didn't answer.
Yeah, give me this sign. Just let me know what's going on with this thing or whatever.
And if he don't answer, it means be still.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
So that was just that relationship. The second time, it was another incident. When my father, my stepdad, he passed. Like he passed on my birthday, like in 2018. I was on the way to see him, and it's like I knew it was coming. Cause like when I say signs, I'm telling you, God will speak to you and prepare you for situations. You know what I mean? God,
I know.
Y'all got to do it for you.
Oh,
You got to do it.
He definitely will.
You got to do it for you.
Yeah,
just posture yourself,
will.
keep your ears open. We're not going to be perfect in any moment, and we have feelings and emotions, and you're not gonna get it right every single time, but listen, try your best to stick closely. Cause I'm telling you, I fall short a lot.
Yeah, we all
you know what I mean? Like,
be honest with yourself.
Yeah, like for real, I fall short a lot, man. Like, and ultimately, my falling short, we're connected to each other. That's why I say we. I am a we. So if we're tied closely, and so many people are counting on you to just do your part. And the moment we don't know the impact it's gonna have on that other one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes we break people's hearts and they don't even know it. So and that's why the relationship, you have to be mindful of it. You know, who are you here for? You're here to serve.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like so. Yeah. So that thing with my dad, I didn't even realize that I was depressed. Like I didn't realize that he passed in May. It was like November. I'm sitting up late night and watching TV. Have you ever experienced this?
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced that? I'm like,
you talking to me personally?
I'm like, dang, I feel like all of this. Like 8 of these things you said. I'm like, am I depressed? And I've never been one to be that way. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, that other moment was a depressive time. That I know I was like, whew. But this particular time, I didn't realize that I was depressed, And basically, like once I saw that commercial and I heard what they was talking about it, then I started seeing how I had wavered off. You see what I'm saying? Started doing I started drinking a little more. I was like hanging out a little. I started, even when I was writing, it would be kind of dark. When I went back and looked at it, I didn't even notice it while I was writing it. You know what I mean? I thought I was just venting. I'm like, whoa, this is dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, but ultimately it's just aligning, you know? Yeah, certain things happen just so you could refocus and re-strengthen your relationship. He said, not that you've let go of God or anything, but he wants you to come a little higher.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Just get a little closer. You know what I mean? I like Revelations 4 when it gave this analogy. He was talking about the dream he had.
Right.
He was talking about he looked and then he saw and then he heard a voice and it was on the throne. He's like, come hither, come up hither. You see what I'm saying? It's like, wow. He's like, you know, so certain things like that, that's what it is. Like, we ask these things, but do we want to go higher to gain it? You know, I mean, each round, like, you know, you got to have a resistance. You got to have resistance. So just to go up higher, like, to come out that dark place is always, you know, go back, get on your face, man. Like,
oh, definitely, yeah. And getting around positive people helps too.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, but if you by yourself, I definitely recommend, you know, definitely going to God. Like I said, face down, ask him what is it, give me a sign, and he would. It's always strangers that he's saying. Paying attention to that.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up into the stranger. Understand the message and not the messenger.
Yeah.
And like he said, when 2 or 3 come together, he's always in the midst. So just understanding how that goes and stop. You know, when a person, the I thing. It's. I mean, you have to be careful with that. You know, my thing is only I is I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's. I understand some things you have to start. But to finish, you're not finishing it by yourself. So not when you talk about God, anyways.
That's right.
But you know, at the end of the day, you have to get there, and we all do. Because I mean, like I said before, you know, me myself, I ran from him. You know, heard the voice, whatever, and just was like, I'm not ready. Okay, give me a few minutes. You know, but it comes a time that it's like, okay, no, whatever you say goes. Because I see this, you not playing, and I just seen what you did such, and it could be me, and I'm still here. And, you know, I act like I got all the time in the world when you don't, because you don't know when your time is.
That's right.
And if he gave us a time, really, we would be dodging that day. Like, I'm not going to sleep today. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have to make that time make sense. Yeah. And the fact that he still got you here, it's like, what are you going to do at that time? You know, and it's like being available in just time, if nothing else.
Because you don't know when
it's free. Yeah, you don't. No, you definitely
like,
don't.
We don't know.
No, you don't.
Of an eye, any moment. You see what I'm saying? Like, any moment.
And he'll allow somebody to drop right in front of you.
Yeah.
And you be like, oh my God. That... I just talked to that person.
Yeah, right.
And then the little voice like, yeah, could have been you.
Could have been.
And I told you to do X, Y. You know what? Let me, you know, you'll get right back on task because you understand it's bigger than you. And you can't tell God who to use. So you have to pay attention to every little sign. What keeps you grounded?
It's simple as like just waking up.
Okay.
It's simple as waking up. You know, even the rainy days have that life in it. You know, the rain is like any seed I've sown, I know it's getting watered right then. You know, whether the sun gonna shine or not. You see what I'm saying? I'm not looking just for the sunshine. I'm just looking for the activity of my limbs. Thank you. I got this activity. I got this eyes. I can move around and do something. You know, even. You know, that's basically it. That's basically it, and it's just trying to stay there, stay in that place.
Okay. How did you turn your pain into power?
And that was just refocusing and not allowing the outside noise to consume, you know, to overwhelm. Right. That's a better word, like to overwhelm you, you know, because in trying to please people, in wanting to be a servant, have a heart of a servant like that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like people will try to take you for granted.
Oh yeah.
People will try to use you up now. You see what I'm
too.
saying? People will try to do it just as sure as day.
Oh yeah. If you let them.
You know, they don't have your heart. You know, people won't have your heart, but at the same time, that's why you have to be mindful and stay grounded because discernment is key.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Having discernment is key.
Is.
All that, so you take that pain, and you know it was pain like. You know, I wondered why, like, the biological, I was like, well, what's wrong with me? You know, like that relationship with it's like, well, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Why you don't want me? You see what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, I had it already. You know,
Yeah.
it's like he'd already covered that, so I was focused on the wrong thing. You know, not just having an earthly father, but the heavenly father has been all things to me my whole life. You know what I mean? There's plenty of time I could have been dead. I should have been dead at least 7 times. At least 7 times for sure. I could have been gone. Like, seriously. I got shot from behind with a 12-gauge shotgun, my hand right here on my side. And the only thing it did was graze my hand. You know? A bullet pattern this big in the car that I was walking towards. You see what I'm saying? I could have been gone. That was
so let me ask you, because I like to ask the question. So at that moment, was you talking to God, like, or I mean, or just, you know,
in that moment?
Yeah, any of the moments. You said 7 times.
Yeah, because it's like I always had a relationship. Like I've been having dreams and stuff, so I knew God was real. I knew the dreams were coming from God because they will always have this like little spiritual spark to them. Most dreams that like. Even like when I was speaking about going around the world and stuff like that, he showed me that stuff. Like when I was 17, I was still in high school. You know what I mean? Like I was raised in church, but when I started playing out in clubs and festivals and the band type thing, you know, the hometown, like some family members was like, you know, you're supposed to be singing for the Lord, right? And this and the third. I'm like, but if I'm letting my light shine,
right, regardless where you at,
you know, I was like, why would I be? Why wouldn't he be out here?
Right.
I always pray a prayer like, Lord, if this is not for me, remove it, and He will. He'll get moving
you better
quick.
know it.
He'll shut that door just as soon as you recognize it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He'll shut that door quick. You know, and that's how it works for me. So certain things is like it's a no-brainer when it comes to it. You know, and
what is something you like people to know about you that they don't know?
That's a good question. And I thought I was going to.
You thought you were
I thought I was ready for that one.
You thought you was ready for that? So everybody know everything. You just.
It's like, I'm an open book, man. Okay. Like, what you see is what you get, like, for real. Like, I don't really try to hide anything. From anyone. Like my church family, you know me, you know, and that's so how the world knows me. The church family know me the same way. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, this is who I am. Like, till God say different, I ain't changing.
Okay. What was that moment like when you realized God was real without a shadow of a doubt? Give us a testimony.
Wow. Ooh, that moment. Was like that. I guess that moment was when I saw my son born. You know, just to see. So it's like my son. So I was 18 when he was born on my 18th birthday.
Oh, okay.
For one. And when his mom told me she was pregnant, and she told me her due date, I said, "Oh, he's gonna be born on my birthday." I knew it without a shadow of a doubt. I said, watch what I tell you. He's supposed to came like a week before, you know, like maybe 10 days before my birthday. Sure enough, he came. But when I saw this little joker come out, I'm telling you, I was like, wow. Like just the fact it was that, seeing him born, it's like me all over again, in a sense, you know. And then the fact, like, I'm recently a grandfather. You
Congratulations.
Know, shout out to my scoop. And when I saw her, you know, it's like, this is totally the promise of God. My son, it was that, and you know, I have 6 kids. You know, I got 1 son, 5 girls. You know, so each and every time he gave me a vision of exactly who they were, what they looked like. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. He would let me know what he looked like. So, and they come out looking just like I saw in the dream. They come out doing their personalities and characteristics, the things that they were, the giftings. I saw it. already, and just to see them grow into it, that's nothing but ordained. He said, even before your mother's womb, you see what I'm saying? I knew you.
Yeah.
You know, and that in itself that's the realism in who he is. You know, the promises, and then like I said, my granddaughter, I felt like Abraham. You know, I'm a father of many nations. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so it's like just to see it like that is awesome, man. And like that's the realness in it every time.
Thinking back over your life, what was that life-changing moment when someone told you no, but you turned it to a yes?
Basically, just to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
That was it. Like, because people were also in. I'm in band, coming through school. You know, high school, whatever. They say you're singing at these places, assemblies, do little events. People always call you for this stuff, but then when a person says, "But you're not gonna be able to make it in music," you know, no, I'm not Jay-Z and Music Soul Child. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't have that desire at the same time too.
Right.
You know, but I have. It has taken me around the world. I've taken care of them 6 kids. You see what I'm saying? I'm married. Got a house, couple. You see what I'm saying? I got things, and it's been because of music,
Right.
and or, you know, I only took the renovation thing. Like, I've always done it as a hobby, like my whole life. You know, just to do some extra stuff because I can't sit still. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm not in a barbershop, because I can't sit in there all day. I just can't do it. But and I like the whole constructive thing to build and to put stuff together, like remodel bathrooms and stuff like that. But when somebody tell me I can't, I'm like, I'm a Taurus also, so I'm like kind of stubborn at the same time. So you like, what? I'd rather prove it to you anyway.
Right, exactly.
You know, like,
it's
I
like
can show you this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like,
okay,
what? Like,
yeah.
I'm about to beast this thing for you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna show you, and you gonna like it. You know, so that's the story of my life. That's the yes. The yes is that God put this stuff in my hand and watch him. I'll be the example, just so you can see that you can work these giftings. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
what's more important to you, loyalty, love, or respect?
love.
Okay.
Love is more important to me, personally, because from that, if it's pure,
Right.
all that other stuff will come.
Oh yeah.
Loyalty, if I'm consistent in who I am and genuine, in who I am, you will be loyal to me.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna respect that whole fact.
Yeah.
Ultimately. So love is really the important thing.
Right.
It's most important to me.
What came to your mind when you first seen the word "IM4GOD" personally?
I was like, yo, that's dope. I was like, me too. Me too. Me too. In all my ways. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Thank you.
Like, it's crazy in all my ways. Like, that's one thing's like, you have to am I?
Yeah, right.
That it's a question sometimes that'll come out in your mouth. Like, but of course I didn't question it. I was like, oh, that's dope. I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. That's what came to my mind. Me too.
Okay. Can you leave the people with something positive?
Hey, be you. Let your light shine, please. There's so much stuff going on in the world, and even people, people will try to mold you or swing you one way, persuade you one way. Don't get caught up in like this social thing, because everything is not for you. Stay true to who you are. Push yourself to those limits, but don't kill yourself trying to get something. Don't kill yourself trying to get something, because it'll happen in this timing, and it'll be divine. Whether you believe it or not, it's gonna still be divine when it happens, because it'll be the perfect time.
Oh yeah.
So love on those that don't even love you.
Yeah.
Because the biggest blessing is in that.
Oh yeah. Kill a person with kindness.
Yeah. It's like, it's a scripture that says your kindness will be like fiery coals upon the head of your enemy. Like, whew, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to see you get hurt. It's like when people do stuff to me, it's like I automatically pray a prayer. Like, Lord, spare him. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't box with God for one. You see what I'm saying? And then the thing is, like, I really don't want this cold to burn your brain. Right. I don't want you to be like, I have compassion even when I know you done intentionally were malicious. You know, you didn't have to do this. You didn't have to slander me. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't get caught into it. You know, I wouldn't even let the sun, I don't like the sun going down on my anger either. Right. You know, if you're going to be mad, let it be for 5 minutes. Yeah. You know, and like try to brush it off as best you can. Like, and love, y'all. Like, love for real, y'all. Love. I mean, love gonna change it all. I promise you. Like, the love of just wanting to see somebody prosper. Oh, yeah. You know, and we still need the love of our community. Like, love ourselves enough to, I know ain't nobody want to be no snitch, but I'm tired of us killing each other. Yeah. You know, love yourself enough. Love your sons and your daughters enough. Love your aunties and mothers enough. Young people, love your mothers enough. You can't say you have love for someone and be out here doing crazy stuff that would take you away from that. Right. Because your mom, you're going to break your mama heart. You're going to break your grandma's heart. You're going to break your father's heart. So to love truly is to not put yourselves to where you're going to break their heart at the same time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So love, just reevaluate love for yourself.
I agree. And it's for that person out there that, you know, don't know what love look like. Those that know what love look like, I challenge you to love on them people. Because they definitely need it, you know. I mean, because there's so much evil out here going on. And people just like, you know, they're like, well, nobody cares about me. I'm like, and they for real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got to really check yourself. Like, they're telling the truth. Just because you know what it look like don't mean they like. So what you got to do is show them the love. Yeah. So I challenge them people out there that if you truly say you know how to love and you know what love is, you show somebody love. You know what I'm saying? Stop, you know, because you can't tell that person. If they telling you they don't know what love is, you don't, just show them, period. Just show them. Yeah. And I want to thank you again for coming. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. You just never know who's going to be on here. And like I said, love y'all, but God loves y'all more. Until next time.